You feel it before you see it. That tight ring behind your eyes. The way your shoulders rise when an email subject line says, "Tax document available." Let's name the villain. Taxes are a laboratory-grade stress test for human cognition. You are asked to remember 12 months of financial micro-events that felt trivial when they happened. You are asked to pick between paths with unclear consequences. You are shown long forms with short deadlines. You are punished for small mistakes, but only discover the punishment months later. This is the recipe for anxiety. High stakes, high ambiguity, delayed feedback. Decision fatigue wraps the whole experience. A standard return asks dozens of micro-choices. Standard deduction or itemize, withholdings correct or not, credit or deduction, file now or extend, report this odd little 1099K or assume it's a glitch. Your prefrontal cortex is a battery. Every choice drains it. By the time you reach the part you care about, how much do I owe? You're already depleted. That's why the last screen feels like a jump scare. Ambiguity makes brains itch. Humans hate not knowing more than they hate bad news. You would rather get a clear small bill today than wait 6 weeks for a maybe. The tax system specializes in maybes. Pending. Reviewing. Allow up to. Those phrases sound bureaucratic. They are neurologically spicy. They keep your stress loop open. Cortisol stays on the stage long after the actors have gone home. Now add loss aversion. Psychologists will tell you that losing $1 hurts about twice as much as gaining $1 feels good. Taxes anchor the whole story to loss. Even a refund is framed as getting back your own money, not a win. The result is a weird emotional math where a $300 underpayment feels catastrophic, but a $300 refund feels like a clerical correction. Your nervous system reacts as if the envelope is dangerous before you open it. Then there's the Zeigarnik effect. Unfinished tasks stick to the mind like burrs. Do taxes is the ultimate unfinished task. It's big, vague, and composed of smaller tasks with dependencies you don't fully understand yet. That vagueness breeds procrastination, which isn't laziness. It's an avoidance strategy to downregulate anxiety. Unfortunately, avoidance is a short-term sedative that inflates long-term pain. The closer the deadline, the louder your inner monologue gets, which further harms your working memory, which makes the task harder, which justifies more avoidance. Congratulations, you're in a self-licking ice cream cone of stress. If you've ever stared at a form and felt your mind go foggy, that's not incompetence. That's cognitive overload. Working memory handles roughly a handful of chunks at a time. A sentence like, "Report qualified dividends from Schedule B line whatever unless boxed as ordinary," is a sentence engineered to exceed that buffer. Your brain drops words to cope. You reread. You feel dumb. You're not dumb. The sentence is hostile. Identity theft and scams add a fun subplot. While your cognitive battery is low, the world asks you to defend against realistic fake emails, rogue, "we can erase your tax debt" promises, and surprise 1099s for things you didn't do. Vigilance is expensive. The longer you are vigilant, the more likely it is you'll say yes to a bad link or no to a legitimate letter. So what do you do besides yell at clouds? You reframe taxes from a once-a-year cliff into a series of tiny, protected routines that respect how a brain actually works. The first move is to shrink the definition of a tax task. Do taxes is impossible. Download January bank statements and save them in a folder called 2025 Statements is possible. When the task is smaller than your dread, your feet move. Design a close that protects your attention the way noise-canceling headphones protect your ears. Give yourself one 45-minute block each month. Yes, set a recurring calendar event with a reminder, where you gather documents, match inflows and outflows, write a one-sentence note for any weirdness, and move tax money to its own account. Think of it as brushing your teeth for your future April. You don't brush once for 2 hours in December. You brush for 2 minutes a day, and your dentist stops frowning. Make your environment do the remembering so your brain doesn't have to. Create a single digital home called Taxes 2025 with 3 subfolders waiting: income, expenses, and letters. Every time a platform emails you a statement, don't read it. Download it. Rename it with a boring, beautiful recipe. Date, source, amount, and drop it in. Set one email rule that automatically forwards receipts to a receipts inbox. If a document lives in an app behind a login, pull it and save it. Logins change, PDFs don't. Future you is not a forensic accountant. help them out. Narrate the odd stuff while it's fresh. A one-line note is a pressure valve. June. Duplicate 1099 from X. Platform will reissue in Feb. Ignore first one. That sentence is an anxiety suppressant 3 months from now. When your brain starts to spiral, did I make that up? The note says no. You made a decision then with better information than you have now. Trust past you. Borrow a trick from pilots and surgeons. The checklist. Before you start, write a little pre-flight card you read out loud. Computer muted, phone upside down, water nearby. 3 documents to collect first. Reading it aloud engages a different pathway. It slows you down just enough to prevent the first error. When you finish, a post-flight card. Save, back up to cloud, write a 1-sentence summary of what you did, put the next step on the calendar, stop. Stopping on purpose is how you teach your nervous system that this task ends. Anxiety hates clarity. Build a simple decision ladder for the big fork that causes a lot of self-doubt. Should you file yourself or hire help? If your life is a single W-2 and maybe a little bank interest, software and a Saturday might be fine. If you have multiple businesses, foreign accounts, odd K-1s, stock options with alphabet soup, or you simply feel your shoulders go to your ears at the thought of this, an expert is not a luxury. It's an attention hedge. Outsourcing is not failure. It's buying back executive function at the exact week you need it. If you do hire someone, reduce cognitive friction by doing one generous thing for them that also calms you. Give them a neat packet. One PDF that starts with a cover page listing what's inside, a short sentence for anything unusual, and your questions grouped at the end. Professionals are great at taxes and bad at mind reading. Make their job easy and your anxiety drops because you've moved out of reactive email tennis and into a single thread with clear asks. Protect your sleep during tax week like it's medicine. You will be tempted to open forms at 11:47 p.m. when your willpower is lowest and catastrophizing is highest. That is the worst possible time. Choose daylight. Choose a hard stop time. Put a sticky note on your monitor that says, no tax decisions after 8 p.m. Nighttime brains generate horror movies. Morning brains solve puzzles. Turn money into a boring background process. The mental load of, will I have enough when the bill hits, is heavier than the bill itself. Solve it with a sweep rule. Every time you get paid, move a predictable percentage into a do-not-touch tax account. If you're self-employed, set recurring transfers that align with quarterly estimates, so the number isn't a surprise. You're not guessing. You're smoothing. Your nervous system loves smoothing. Give yourself a closed list each session. Open-ended to-dos are cognitive sand traps. Decide in advance 3 things you will do and nothing else. For example, download all 1099s, reconcile February credit card, write notes for anything weird. When the 3 are done, you stop. Ending on a win is not indulgent. It's how you train your brain to come back without dread next time. Watch your language. The way you talk to yourself becomes the water you swim in. I have to do taxes implies punishment. I'm closing last month implies competence. I'm making next April easy implies kindness. Small words, big biochemistry. If you catch yourself saying, I'm terrible with this, follow it immediately with, but I'm good at making it smaller. You are not your last filing season. You are the system you install today. Scams deserve a calm paragraph. When your brain is overloaded, you're more persuadable. Decide your rules once, when you're calm, and never break them. Never click a tax link in an email. Always navigate by typing the address yourself. Never read a tax notice only on your phone. It's easier to miss details. Always ask yourself one forensic question. What is the sender asking me to do? And is there a slower, safer way to do it? Slow is your friend. Scammers sell speed. If you share money with a partner, protect the relationship from paperwork. The fastest way to start a stupid argument is to open a tax notice at the kitchen table and read it out loud in a worried voice. Don't do that. Schedule a 25-minute money huddle with an agenda and a timer. You are not allowed to accuse, apologize, or solve the year in one sitting. You are only allowed to name what's true, assign the next tiny step, and agree when you will check back. Love is a scarce resource. Don't spend it arguing over line numbers. Kids and taxes sound unrelated. They aren't. If you're parenting while filing, your attention is already shredded, which raises error risk. Give yourself permission to buy time. Extensions are legal, normal, and boring. File correctly later rather than perfectly right now at midnight with a toddler on your shoulder. The penalty for getting it wrong can be worse than the feeling of waiting. Trade anxiety now for clarity later. That's good math. Tech can be a friend if you treat it like a helper, not a hero. Use software that saves your prior year's answers so you aren't reinventing your biography. Turn on two-factor authentication once. Set up read-only connections to banks if your tool supports it, so you aren't typing numbers while your mind wanders. Avoid new tools in peak season. Novelty is a cognitive tax. The best tool in April is the one you already know how to use. The moment you click File, your body will try to sprint to the next thing. Don't. Take 2 minutes to write future you a note. What went well? What hurt? Which documents were hard to find? Which rules you changed? And the one thing you'll do in May to make next year easy. That note is a memory prosthetic. It turns pain into process. Pain without process becomes dread. Pain with process becomes wisdom. There's a deeper layer here that's worth saying out loud. A lot of people carry shame around taxes. Maybe you filed late once, or you owed more than you had, or you got a scary letter that made you feel small. Shame hijacks cognition. It narrows your vision to the one worst outcome and convinces you that you deserve it. The antidote is tiny, repeated proof that you are the kind of person who keeps promises to your future self. That proof can be as simple as a tidy folder structure, a bank rule that moves money automatically, or a note that says, "I handled March on the 3rd." Brains don't change with speeches, they change with receipts.